Hello. I'm here today because I know that sometimes the world feels far too loud. That endless hum of everyone constantly broadcasting their lives, showcasing perfection, and pushing you to be more. Perhaps in the middle of this noise, you felt that retreating into your own silence, finding sanctuary in a fictional character, or protecting your boundaries was some kind of deficiency. You might have asked yourself, why am I not like everyone else? Let me tell you a secret. That depth you feel, that sense of being different, is not a weakness. It is your greatest superpower. Today, let's talk about your inner world, how your brain works, and why the bonds you form with the characters you love are actually a profound part of your emotional intelligence. Because I know you're not just watching, you're feeling, and that is incredibly precious. Let's take a journey into your brain, but not in a cold, clinical way. Deep inside, there's a region called the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, vMPFC. This is the home of the self, where the question, "Who am I?" is answered. Science shows that when you immerse yourself in a story or form a deep bond with a character, what we call a parasocial relationship, your brain processes these figures much like real friends. If you are someone who loses yourself in a character, your vMPFC blurs the line between your own identity and theirs. This isn't a glitch in your brain. It's a result of high empathy and emotional depth. Your prefrontal cortex's activity reflects how personally significant these characters are to you. You aren't just letting the noise of the world in, you are filtering it because the world you've built inside is much richer and safer. People often mistake the bonds we form with media personalities or fictional characters for loneliness. However, research suggests that these relationships do not replace social life, they complement it. During times like the pandemic, when the world was isolated, our brains used these social surrogates to satisfy our need for connection and belonging. The key here is your attachment style. If you have an anxious attachment style, you might assimilate the positive traits of your favorite characters to feel better about yourself. If you are more avoidant, you might maintain your boundaries and use characters to gain self-insight or reinforce your self-respect through contrast. Both paths are your brain's way of practicing the art of protection and growth. Setting boundaries is not an escape, it is the purest form of self-respect. You may have felt less than when looking at the unattainable, perfect lives of influencers, but remember, that sparkle is often a manufactured ideal. Your search for authenticity in a noisy world, saying, "This is who I am, and these boundaries define me," is true courage. Scientifically, this inner depth acts as a shield. When you experience a parasocial breakup, like when a favorite show ends, the sadness you feel is real, similar to losing a real-life friend. This doesn't make you weird, it makes you human. The fact that your emotions are this genuine is proof of how deeply you perceive the world. Dear friend, the bottom line is this. In this noisy world, being sensitive, seeking depth, and clinging to your personal boundaries does not make you weak. On the contrary, it allows you to remain authentic in an age where everyone is forced to look the same. Love your silence, respect your boundaries, and trust your brain's incredible capacity for empathy. Remember, you are not just a number watching a video. You are someone who feels, who thinks, and who is understood. Do something kind for yourself today and thank that rich world inside you, because that world is your safest harbor. You are not alone, you are understood, and you are very precious. Until next time.